Today, I want to talk about a thought that I know has crossed your mind because it certainly crossed mine, and it crosses the mind of almost everyone I talk to on this journey. Imagine you're at a social event. Everyone around you has a drink in their hand. You catch a glimpse of your old favorite wine or that cocktail you used to love. People are laughing, they're loose, they seem to be having the best time, and this sneaky little thought crawls in. Why can't I just drink normally like them? And then your brain does what brains do. It immediately serves up the highlight reel of all the times you felt tipsy and carefree and you had this euphoric feeling, the nights that felt electric. And suddenly you feel deprived, like you're on the outside of something. And with that comes the whole chorus of thoughts. I'm so boring now. I don't belong. I'm not fun anymore. I just want to pause right here and say, you are not alone in this, not even a little bit. We are untangling decades of learned social behavior. Alcohol was woven into almost every meaningful moment. Of course, it feels uncomfortable to step out of that. The first time after I stopped drinking, I went back to South Africa, where I'm from, and I had to face my closest friends from high school, my drinking buddies since we were 13. And this one terrified me the most because not only were they my drinking buddies, but they were still the people who mattered to me most. My real friends. I desperately wanted to still be fun Raina, but I knew I couldn't pull that off AF anymore. I couldn't do the 4 a.m. mornings. What would they think? There was one friend I was worried about most. And truth be told, it was a little bit awkward. The conversation felt stilted. She was a bit disappointed by my early bedtime, and I also noticed her sneaking wine into her water bottle when I wasn't looking. So even though I tried to make her comfortable with her drinking around me, my heart felt a little broken that night. But years later, she opened up to me about her own struggles with alcohol, and our friendship became closer than it had ever been. Some relationships will contract before they expand. Some might fall away. But I have gained so many new friends since then, from church, from my kids' school, from this AF community, my walking group. People who know me now can't even picture me as a drinker. The connection I feel with people today is deeper and more real than anything I had before. So I just wanted to let you know, it gets better. I really want you to hold on to that. Here's what another thing I want you to remember. There are very few true take it or leave it drinkers. People who truly drink in moderation, 1 or 2 drinks a week. Even people we assume drink normally often can't imagine giving it up entirely. And that tells you something. The pool of alcohol is real for almost everyone. You are not uniquely broken. You are simply awake to something that a lot of people are still asleep to. Instead of accepting, I want to talk a little bit about curiosity here. Instead of accepting the thought of they're drinking normally and I can't at face value, get curious about it. Is everyone else around you actually drinking normally? Notice who does have 2, 3, 4 drinks. Notice if you think they're really, really having a fun time. Is everyone actually having more fun or are they numbing the fun? Is it really true that I don't belong just because I'm not drinking? And underneath all of that, what do I actually need right now? Because what I usually hear underneath, why can't I drink normally, is I want to have fun. I want to belong. Those are beautiful, legitimate needs. And here's the thing, those needs don't disappear when you go alcohol free. Your version of fun is actually going to evolve. If the things you used to do feel flat without alcohol, maybe they were never that fun to begin with. That feels like loss in the moment sometimes, but it's also you getting to know yourself. Forcing yourself to drink to fit in is not belonging. It's fitting in, and there's a world of difference. Fitting in is making yourself smaller, editing yourself so others are comfortable and accept you. Belonging is showing up just as you are, practicing being authentically yourself, and finding the people that love the version of you just as you are. And if you're being rejected right now because you're listening to that quiet voice inside telling you alcohol no longer serves you, you're in very good company. John 1 verse 11 says, He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Even Jesus was not received by his own people. So if belonging to God sometimes means not belonging to the crowd, you're in the best company there is. I hope you take solace in that. And I hope you run to him when you feel alone, because truly you are not alone. And last little thought. Where your attention goes, grows. When we focus on what we're missing, our brain finds more evidence of missing out. That feeling of deprivation is one of the biggest triggers to go back to drinking. But when we intentionally direct our minds towards what we're gaining, the sleep, the clarity, the mornings, you woke up proud of yourself, our brain starts to notice more and more of that. And those thoughts leave us feeling grateful, energized, proud of ourselves. That's why in our alcohol-free circles, we often talk about the joy of missing out. Trust that your social life will get better. Trust that your relationships will deepen. And even if some people decide you no longer fit in, sometimes space needs to get clear before the right people can come into your life. You're not missing out. You're making room.